We begin our report with the hole in the center of the assassination attempt against Donald Trump. What was the motivation? Countless hours have been spent discussing the political climate that caused it, but there is no evidence at all that the political climate caused it. The Department of Homeland Security has opened its own investigation into the Secret Service security decision Saturday as the FBI continues to try to find any detail, every detail it can about the shooter. Congress is also searching for answers. Officials from the Justice Department, DHS, Secret Service, and the FBI were all on Capitol Hill Wednesday to debrief lawmakers on the investigation. Meanwhile, Donald Trump's defiance in the aftermath of the attack continues to be a central part of the celebrations of his nomination at the Republican convention, where Tuesday he was treated to a parade of lawmakers he dispatched in his rise to dominate the party, all of them calling for his return to power.
I'll start by making one thing perfectly clear. Donald Trump has my strong endorsement, period.
Donald Trump has been demonized. He's been sued. He's been prosecuted, and he nearly lost his life. We cannot let him down, and we cannot let America down.
For the latest on the shooting investigation, CBS News Homeland Security and Justice correspondent Nicole Sganga joins me now. Nicole, it's good to be with you again. What more do we know, I should say, about the shooter?
Yeah, John, according to law enforcement sources, in the months before the shooting, the gunman's shipping history shows he ordered and received hazardous materials. And days before the shooting, the gunman visited his local gun club. He bought a ladder at Home Depot. And John, we're just learning the shooter visited the rally site a few days in advance to scope it out. On the day of the shooting, he bought 50 rounds of ammunition at a gun store in his hometown. He drove 50 miles north to the rally with 3 fully loaded magazines and parked his car. Inside of it, there was also an explosive device hidden. He had 2 more at home. There's a premeditation here, but as for the motivation, investigators are still doing a full forensic scrub. His family, including his parents, have cooperated, and the FBI has interviewed them along with hundreds of others.
Is there anything new, or what can you tell us about the DHS investigation into the Secret Service?
Yeah, John, this is interesting. The investigation is still waiting for a lead to be appointed by the DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, one who is independent outside of the administration. But this is one probe of many. So far, by my count, we have at least 3 congressional investigations, including one led by House Speaker Mike Johnson that he says will be bipartisan, plus 2 reviews from the DHS Inspector General, one on what happened Saturday and one on what happened in the planning beforehand. All of that is on top of the FBI's ongoing investigation.
And then finally, Nicole, this was in the wait, what category yesterday when there was this report that that there was an Iranian plot and that the Secret Service had been alerted to that on Saturday at the former president's speech. What more do we know about that plot?
Yeah, so just for context, John, Trump has long been a target for the Iranians, most notably after directing that 2020 airstrike that killed a top Iranian commander, General Soleimani. But in the weeks and months before the shooting, an intelligence source tells CBS News that the chatter concerning an Iranian plot to assassinate the former president, well, it grew louder. It was backed up by human-sourced intelligence obtained by the U.S. At that point, the White House's National Security Council alerted Secret Service of the threat. And meanwhile, amid all of these requests from Trump's security detail for more help, there were some assets granted by the Secret Service, including counter-sniper teams like the ones we saw on Saturday take out the shooter, as well as CAT teams, counter-assault teams like the ones we saw really tackle the president, cover him, and former president, cover him, and move him out of the rally site. John.
Nicole Sganga, great stuff. Thank you, Nicole.